Hi, I'm David.
I'm Melissa, and we're your neighborhood realtors. We're your neighbors here in Southeast Fresno, and we also both happen to be realtors. We wanted to do a quarterly update for you guys since we keep an eye on the market daily and give you a kind of an update on what all of our homes are currently going for from January here up to the beginning of April.
And today we're just going to focus on our immediate neighborhood, which is between Temperance and Kings Canyon, Armstrong, Butler. Yes, and in my previous vlog, I noted that we are starting to see a trend where the Beazer homes are selling for a little bit more than Lennar homes. However, over the last 3.5 months, it has flattened out quite a bit. So we're just going to do this century, which is the majority of the homes, and then last century, which will be the custom ranches.
So what we'll do is we'll start with the 1,400 up to just under 1,600 square feet there.
Okay. Now, that is kind of a big size range there. I mean, 200 square feet doesn't sound like a lot, but that really could make up an extra bedroom or even two.
It could obviously make a home feel much larger. We're really not seeing much of a price variation. We're seeing the prices right at around $245 to about $250.
Okay.
So even though it's about 200 square feet in the home, it's about $5,000 in the price range.
Gotcha. Okay. That's about the difference between 100 square feet to higher up price range. Okay, that makes sense. Now, 250. I know when I was doing this last year, and I'm glad you're helping me out with this now. 250 really was about the max anything would sell for in our neighborhood.
This is true. That was kind of that breaking point in our neighborhood last spring.
Okay.
So obviously we're seeing a consistent uptick from the year previous to last year. So last year, anything that was a little over 250 did tend to sit. Whereas right now, if you're priced correctly in the right square footage, 250 is selling. And anything under 250 still is selling extremely quickly, about a week.
Is that because there's more buyers, or why do you think that is?
It's definitely because there's more buyers.
Okay.
So especially in that 250 and under price range, we're seeing about 4 buyers for every 1 house that's for sale.
So what's the next size range?
So the next size range would be 1,600 to just around 1,700 and just under. So that one we're going up again, not a ton of square footage, but that's where we're really seeing the breaking point of being able to push just over 250 is at the 1,600.
All right. And what's the price range on that?
Just over 250.
Just over 250.
Yeah,
you just said that, didn't you?
Yeah, that's okay. So that's the square footage that we're able to see the 250 break.
Okay.
Essentially, a little bit more. Again, it depending upon the house, depending upon the model. I know Lennar and Beazer both have a few different models in that square footage range. So we are seeing just over 250. Again, dependent upon what exactly the house is. It might be 252. It might be 257. Really depends on what the particular home.
If I remember correctly, that 1,600 square feet makes up about just over, or right around 75-80% of our neighborhood is 1,600 square feet and bigger.
It is. It's a very popular price range. It's got a lot of square footage. It's usually a 3-2. Essentially, it's going to be a good starter home.
Okay. What do you mean by starter home?
So that's someone who's the first time home buyer. Say we were just a few years ago when we bought our home here. It's someone who's never owned a property before, or if they have, it's more likely a condo, so it's going to be their first home purchase.
Okay.
But it's going to be a home that's going to be for someone who has either a very small or no family yet.
Okay.
So like us, a young couple who
is that the only type of buyer that's targeting this size home?
No, we also do see some of the people who are actually looking to downsize. So say, either one of our parents. They're empty nesters. We're long gone. It's time they go, man, I don't want to deal with all this yard work. I don't want to have to clean a 2,400 square foot house every week.
Gotcha.
Time to downsize.
They want to come and help babysit the kids. Be around grandkids, right?
Yeah, sure. That too. But essentially, they're looking to downsize from what they previously had. We do see that as well. In our neighborhood, we do see a lot more of the first-time home buyers, though, because it is very family, neighborhood oriented.
Is that the reason why this size has so many buyers? Is because that makes up a big chunk of the buying force right now?
It is. It's a huge chunk of the buying force right now because that's the price range. That's what they can afford. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for a 3.2. If they can get a little extra square footage, great. That's why you'll see a huge chunk of people looking in that 14 to even 1900 square foot range, because it's within the FHA guidelines of a loan. It's a great starter home. Whether or not you either have a child or one on the way, or think you might have some in the future like us. It's a good place to start, which is why it's called a starter home.
So what's the next size?
So the next size is going to be just over 17. So that's where we're definitely seeing a little bit more of a jump again, where you're seeing the baseline is more of a 255 to 260. So again, on the 16, we're seeing just over 250, but on the 1700, we're seeing the 255 being more of the baseline.
Okay. All right. So next bracket would be about 1800 to about 2000, right?
Yes, exactly.
And that's what I'll talk about now. Chance to dive into probably my favorite size range here, which is the 1800 square foot homes up to just under 2000 square feet. The reason why these are my favorite is they see the biggest variance right now. Safe value on these homes right now is about 265. So that's a safe number. Again, like I said, these properties have been selling for upwards to 275, and we recently had an appraisal come in at 250.
Which is definitely a lot lower. That's
Yes.
closer to the original smallest square footage where we started.
Exactly, and that appraisal can be killer because you get all excited, you get that 275 offer. Yes, I'm gonna make a killing on my house. Appraisal comes in at 250, and they say you can't get more than 250 for your home. Well, that's $25,000. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money to anybody.
That is a very, very nice used car, or like a nice Honda Accord brand new or something.
Or a nice chunk of down payment on your next house.
Exactly. Now, so the next section, and we're going to move into the trade-up home.
So when you say trade-up home, what do you mean?
Okay, so a trade-up home is going to be the family that has a growing family, maybe 1, 2, 3 kids, and let's say they're around anywhere from 6 to 10 years old. So they're getting bigger. They outgrow clothes real quick. They're outgrowing the house. So it's time to step up the size of the home a little bit. Get maybe a 4th bedroom, more space, so it's less crowded.
So we're talking about people who already own a home.
Correct.
Okay.
So, and this type of buyer, there's probably a good chance they have a good chunk of money to put down on the property. So a good example is a family that has a household income of $60,000 to $70,000. If they're just buying for the first time or don't have the down payment from the sale of their home, they're going to qualify right in the $270,000 to $290,000 price range.
Okay, so maybe the bigger end of what we've been discussing, 17, 18. Okay.
Exactly. Now, that same family, let's say they're selling a home and they're going to walk away with, say, $40,000.
Okay.
Now, because they have anywhere from 10 to 15% down, what do you think that number is going to be, what they qualify for?
I mean, if they have a bigger down payment, obviously they'll qualify for more home, but how much bigger of a home? So
to keep the same exact mortgage payment price per month that you would have at let's say the $280 price range, you're going to be right around $330, $340.
Okay, so a lot bigger home.
Yes. So these trade-up homes typically are going to be over $300,000 in price range. Fortunately, our neighborhood hasn't quite got there yet. So the first bracket's going to be 2,000 and bigger, mainly between about 2,000 to 2,200 square feet. And the most popular model, it seems everybody knows, is the Radcliffe model.
In the Lenore neighborhood.
To give you an idea. Now, unfortunately, right now the price point on that home is going to be about $275 to $280,
which is kind of low.
It's not where we want it. Like I said, we wanted 300. The reason why this is it's again shortage. Not a lot of people have sold this model or this size home, and when they do sell, they're selling for not that much. 275 plus right now is a safe number. If you're looking to refinance, that's probably what I'd say a safe number is. And then for the 2200 plus Beazer model, as well as I think there's a couple Lennars in there that are over that size, you're going to be about 280 plus. And again, that's just safe numbers based off of what has sold previously. Now, the last size home in our neighborhood is going to be that massive Lennar home, that 2,800 square foot big kahuna.
The 2-story one.
Yes, and this one actually they just had one sell, and it sold quick, sold in 7 days. They did it beautifully. It actually set an all-time resale record for our neighborhood. Sold just over $335. The next section is going to be the custom ranch homes. And those homes, like I've mentioned in previous blogs, have a huge variance from house to house. Each one is a completely different size. The size ranges from below 1,000 square feet all the way well up north of 3,000 square feet. Price ranges can be anywhere as low as the 150-ish to just recently one pending for $620,000.
So we just wanted to thank you for watching. We wanted to try something new for you guys this time. And I know when David first started doing this neighborhood blog just over a year ago, our area was really struggling, and we've really seen a great amount of growth since then. In fact, instead of underperforming, we're now leading the way for growth in our area, and we really just want to continue this growth.
We're here to help. If you're thinking about selling, or you're currently in the process of selling your home, our goal is for you to get the most money possible. If you happen to be one of the families that is currently outgrowing their home, don't hesitate to look in our neighborhood. There's great value to be had right now. Take advantage of it before the market catches up. And if you have any questions or want any additional information, please don't hesitate to ask.
Now this is our first video, so if you guys have any suggestions or ideas for future videos or content you'd like to see, please let us know down below so we can keep bringing you fun videos you want to look at.
Thanks again.
Thanks!
There's a lot. Damn it. Should we start over?
Sure. That was good though. I like numbers, right? No, I haven't.
I don't think so.
Okay, well I'm fired. so between 2000 and talking about the 1800s, right?
Yes, please.